As you can see, we're on board Screaming Eagle now, and the Screaming Eagle crew includes Eric Jackson, Ralph Papke, and Robert Licciardi. Screaming Eagle, a 35-foot express cab. There's Tropic Heat, a 35-foot Cobra with Rob Muller and Jason Muller aboard Tropic Heat. We're on board now, Gifford Racing, a 40-foot Jaguar. Mr. Bill Gifford and Steve Szilagyi aboard, powered by two 850-horsepower Mercury inboards. Gifford Racing. And Mr. Technology with Ron Foley, Doug Savory, and Will Smith. Mr. Technology. Getting ready for the beginning of this race, this fifth and final national race. Ocean City National Offshore Grand Prix in the Milling area. Okay, now we're going to go on board Obsession and listen to their conversation.
Harry, we got two boys each corner.
Right. Okay, yeah.
Don't forget that now.
The key today is going to be getting from one wave to the next without falling in between.
You got the you got the camera on it, Harry, right?
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for the smoke.
Yeah. Now, boys, that's got to be the turn that way down, I guess, boys.
Yeah, I'd imagine that is right there.
See the red flag flying?
Where?
Way down, Harry, see it?
The only three boats out in the ocean.
Yeah, okay, I'm with
It's got to be right there.
Okay, yeah, you're right. We got 20 boats in this start.
At least 20. At least 20.
So,
one, two.
we want to make sure we don't get tangled up with some of these guys.
Keep an eye on the flag. Let's just get out of the way. Stay to the inside. We got plenty of ocean just to get going and get in position we want to be in.
That's it.
There's the yellow smoke now. Just moments away from the beginning of this race, this fifth and final national race here in Ocean City, Maryland, the Ocean City National Offshore Grand Prix. Boats now beginning to spread apart, getting ready to line up for the start. There's how sweet it is in Gifford Racing. Let's go aboard Gifford Racing. Bill Gifford and Steve Szilagyi. As far as the laps are concerned for this race in the open, we've got them going 12 laps for 108 miles. In the modified 10 laps for 90 miles. Also in the Pro Stock 10 laps for 90 miles. In Sport B, 8 laps, 72 miles. Super Stock, 72 miles, 8 laps. And finally, Production A, 7 laps for 63 miles. Now we're aboard Screaming Eagle with Tropic Heat to his left. Screaming Eagle. 35-foot express cab. Eric Jackson, Ralph Papke, and Robert Licciardi with Screaming Eagle. All right, now back to our helicopter shot. There is how sweet it is, and Gifford looking back is utterly fantastic. Coming up quickly, we've got a green flag now. We've got a green flag to start of this Ocean City National Offshore Grand Prix here in Ocean City, Maryland. The fifth and final national race for this offshore. There is how sweet it is. Tropic Heat, Screaming Eagle, and Priority are the leaders right now. How sweet it is, Priority, Screaming Eagle, and Tropic Heat. Here's how sweet it is on the inside. Hustler Pace Boat on the far outside. And we've got Priority, we got Screaming Eagle, Tropic Heat, and how sweet it is on the inside with Predator coming up quickly. How sweet it is, the early moments of this Ocean City National Offshore Grand Prix. So is how sweet it is for Screaming Eagle and Priority here in the early moments of this race. How sweet it is. 40-foot skater Mr. Carl Myers and Terry Ayers aboard, powered by two 900 Ray Mott inboards with Mercury drives. Screaming Eagle and Priority on the outside. Looking back there is Predator. And utterly fantastic. But how sweet it is on the inside, a 40-foot skater. Driver Carl Myers from Canada's New York, and Terry Ayers from St. Louis, Missouri. How sweet it is, racing team. We'd like to thank Dunkin' Donuts and also Keenan Sports Management. How sweet it is. Number 39, first place in the Northeast standings, first place in the U.S. Offshore National Point standings currently, and second place in the Central Division. How sweet it is. Carl Myers and Terry Ayers right now. In first place in open class. Let's listen to those Raymont inboards. Little flying going on here in Ocean City, Maryland. Nice throttling there, Terry Ayers from St. Louis. Let's see that again. Nice jump there. As you can see, the bumpy waters there causing some rocking and rolling here already in the early moments of this race. How sweet it is. 40-foot skater. One more time in slow motion. How sweet it is. Look at checkered flag in Oswego, Point Pleasant, and Lake of the Ozarks. Currently in first place in the national point standings for U.S. Offshore. As you can see, those waters very bumpy out there, making for exciting racing. As you can see how sweet it is. They're taking some beautiful jumps. Carl Myers and Terry Ayers doing a fine job. In the distance, it's M15 Predator 41-foot Apache. Especially made for this kind of water. Right now in first place in the modified and first overall, Predator M15. Predator is powered by two 900 horsepower Stotler racing inboards with Mercruiser drive. The driver, Edward Toth from Sellersville, Pennsylvania. Powerman Herb Stotler from Fort Lauderdale. Navigator Eddie Toth also from Sellersville, Pennsylvania. Predator M15 currently in first place overall, first in M class. As we said, this 41-foot Apache especially made for this kind of water, and it's showing that right now. M15, the Predator racing team, humming around this course. The Predator racing team would like to give special thanks to all the families and everyone involved in the 1995 racing season for Predator 41-foot Apache. By the way, Herb Stotler also powers Island Runner and Airborne. Herb Stotler of Stotler Racing Inboard. Nice throttling there by Herb Stotler of Fort Lauderdale. You see that jump now in slow motion. M15 Predator currently in third place in the Northeast points. Right now, first in M, first overall. Here's this Ocean City National Offshore Grand Prix. Those Stotler Racing inboards sound excellent. Going around the turn, M15 Predator. A little bit of Ocean City, Maryland in the background. Priority and Utterly Fantastic, the other competitors in the modified. Right now, Predator leaving everyone behind in first place overall. Let's see it again. Edward Toth, Herb Stoller, and Eddie Toth doing a fine job aboard this 41-foot Apache. Priority, a 40-foot Hustler powered by two 750-horsepower Chevy inboards with Mercruiser drives. The driver, Frank Blatt from Annapolis, Maryland. Throttle man, Ron Umlaut from Serena Park, Maryland. Navigator, Brooke Dyer from Millersville, Maryland. And all Maryland crew here, Priority number 44. Priority is powered, as we said, by a pair of 750-horsepower Chevy inboards. Now, Frank Blatt would like to thank Ronnie, Kevin, Tony, and Rob for all their help this season. The team would also like to especially thank its sponsors, without whose support this season would not have been possible. They include Traco, also Longport Stern Drive and Bill Bubick, Full Tilt Marine Service Center of Baltimore. The team is looking forward to the World Championships in Key West in November. A special thanks to Doug, Leanne, Tommy, and Harry at Professional Marine for their dedication to the improvement of Priority. Currently in second place in the modified second overall, Priority 40-foot Hustler M44. Nice throttling there, Ron Umlaut from Serena Park. There you see some of the beach in the background. Ocean City, Maryland here. The Ocean City National Offshore Grand Prix, fifth and final national race for U.S. Offshore. Winding down the season, all looking to Key West. There we go with some flying going on there. Bumpy waters here off of Ocean City. Going around the turn now, Priority. Nice jump there. Oh, a little rocking and rolling, but everyone is okay, in control, no problem. Let's see that again. Well, these bumpy waters certainly make it for more exciting racing here. Ocean City, Maryland. Nice job by the Priority Racing team. In second place in the modified, second overall. Just a tremendous jump. Tremendous area covered there. with Gifford Racing number 88, a 40-foot Jaguar powered by two 850 horsepower Mercury inboards with Mercury drive. The driver, of course, Mr. Bill Gifford from Egg Harbor, New Jersey. Navigator Steve Solangi from Absecon, New Jersey. Gifford Racing currently in first place in open class. Gifford Racing wants to give special thanks to Mr. Phil Houck of Bull on the Beach. Also, Sunoco Racing Fuels. And, of course, Bill and Susan Gifford's daughter, Casey, is the mascot of Gifford Racing, this 40-foot Jaguar, currently in first place in open class. Bill Gifford, of course, the chairman of the U.S. Offshore Racing Association. A great organization. Prix Video Productions, proud to be a part of it. They've done a great job this 1995 racing season. We've been there for every national race as we are here today in Ocean City, Maryland for the National Offshore Grand Prix, fifth and final national race for U.S. Offshore. We're going to go on board now, Gifford Racing. Let's take a look at Bill Gifford and Steve Solangi aboard this 40-foot Jaguar. And there we are. There you see Bill there on the right, of course, Steve on the left. He's the navigator. 6 onboard cameras for today. This is one of them, Gifford Racing. Great organization, U.S. Offshore. Gifford Racing looking forward to the 1996 racing season. Here's Predator on the right side. Predator in the monoplastic line. Gifford Racing, of course, in open. Other competitors in open class include Arasaki. We've got also Rolling Thunder, House Scooter, Days, Top Heat, and Screaming Eagle. We don't believe that Rolling Thunder 2 really even started the race, though, but was entered in open class. Mr. Bill Gifford, of course, having been around the world of offshore racing for many, many years. And has done quite a job with U.S. Offshore putting it together. The driving force. Got an outside and the inside. Helicopter and onboard camera. Prix Video Productions would certainly like to thank Mr. Bill Gifford and his wife Susan Gifford, the chief scorer, for always helping us out during the 1995 racing season. We're on board Gifford Racing with Bill Gifford and Steve Solangi. Back for a helicopter shot now. 40-foot Jaguar. Jump. 40-foot Jaguar handling these bumpy waters very well. Back on board now with Gifford Racing. Great ride aboard this 40 37-foot Jaguar. Powered by two 850 horsepower Mercury inboards with Mercury drives. Bill Gifford on the right, Steve Solange on the left. Splash in the windshield there. Gifford Racing running excellent right now in open class. Two great competitors there in B class. They've been at it since the green flag from the very beginning. On the outside is Mr. Technology. On the inside, Obsession. B88, as you see, Obsession with a slight lead over Mr. Technology. Very close, but a little bit lagging behind. Obsession, B88, 37-foot outer limits. Powered by two 600-horsepower MRD inboards with Mercruiser drives. It's B88 Obsession. The driver, Mr. Harry Turner from East Falmouth, Massachusetts. Throttle man is Mike Muir. Navigator, Bob Bowman. Bob has a helmet again, and we will be going to Obsession in just a little while. There, as we look back, we see Mr. Technology. Obsession is currently in second place in the national point standings. U.S. Offshore second, Northeast Point second in the Central Division. Great race here going on right now between Obsession and Mr. Technology. This race is especially dedicated to the newest Obsession crew member, Brighton Scott Landers, Harry Linda's first grandchild. Harry's brother John brought the rig and boat in this race. Thanks, John. Crew Chief Steve Ando did a super job as usual. Obsession B88 would also like to thank its sponsors, including the special graphics work this will be done by Bob Catwell, also Solomon Metals, CN Wood Company, Seabird Drug Center, Shirtworks of Beverly, Massachusetts, All Welding of Lynn, Mass, Mobile One, and of course the great crew headed by Steve Ando and crew chief Scott Bowman and Ron Bowman and John Turner. Special thanks to loyal and devoted family, especially Harry's wife, Linda. B88 Obsession currently in first place in B class. This 37th outer limits is just eating up this rough water. No problems at all. We're going to go on board now. Obsession at the start at the green flag. Listen to their conversation.
We're looking good, boys. We're looking good. Looking good, boys. We're looking good. Oh. Doing good, Harry. Doing good. Comes that ballistic missile up.
Oh. Where's the turn? Right there to the left?
You'll see it coming up. There's a buoy on our left. See it?
Okay.
That's the.
I see the second one too. Okay.
Same as usual on the turn.
We got nobody on it. Nobody on it.
Same deal. Tight.
Yeah, tight. I'll slow us down.
Nobody on it. Slow it down easy, boys. Attaboy, nice turn, Harry. Nice turn, nice turn. Nice turn.
Get us in a heading, Bob.
Right. Right about there, right about there. Right about there, Harry.
All right, are we going the right direction?
Yep, right on there.
Good.
Doing good, boys, doing good. Oh.
Oh boy.
Whoa. Good timing there, Harry. Good timing.
Oh.
We're doing some serious jumping. Oh, what we got for a lead? Where are we? Talk, Bob.
I'll tell you, you want to see that guy jump behind us. Technology.
How far behind is Technology?
8 mile, 8 mile.
All right, where's Trapoli?
Can't see him, can't see him.
Right, you know?
Yeah, right.
Well, we know we can get by him.
Oh.
Yeah, all right.
Oh yeah.
All right.
As you can hear, some very unbelievable conversation going on there aboard B88 Obsession with these rough waters here off of Ocean City, Maryland. Obsession just dominating B class right now in first place and very up there in the pack in the overall standings for this race. B88 Obsession with Harry Turner, Mike Fiore, and Bob Bowman. There on the outside, Mr. Technology. Very close behind, Mr. Technology 34-foot Phantom B37. But in first place, B88 Obsession. Mr. Technology on the outside. It's a horse race. It's a horse race right now. It's been so from the very beginning, as we showed you before. But it's Obsession in the lead and holding that lead. Obsession powered by two 600 horsepower MRD inboards. Marine Research and Development out of Eastern Long Island has a complete maintenance program for Obsession. Also rigs this boat as well. This 37-foot outer limits. B88 Obsession. Nice throttling there, Mike Fiore. Of course, Bob Bowman, navigator, he is our man with the helmet cam. And one person who always has B88 Obsession ready to rock and roll is Mr. Steve Ando, the crew chief. B88 Obsession in first place in B, and right up there in the overall leaders. B88, a 37-foot outer limits. Flying going on here in Ocean City. And looking downfield there is on the outside is Mr. Technology, a 34-foot Phantom. Mr. Technology powered by two 650 horsepower J&B imports with Mercutsu drive. The driver, Doug Savory. Starman Ron Foley. Navigator, Mr. Will Smith. This is Mr. Technology's first year on the U.S. offshore circuit. Transmission problems kept Mr. Technology out of contention at Point Pleasant. But once the team sorted things out, well, they came back and put the checkered flag in Flag at Bay, New Jersey. Mr. Technology right now in a heated battle with B88 Obsession. Harry Turner and crew right now. Mr. Technology in second place in B, trailing a little bit behind B88 Obsession. Here's Mr. Technology. And here we see Obsession on the outside with a slight lead, but Mr. Technology picking up some room. Just tremendous jump. There you saw on the outside. Tremendous jump. Let's see it again. Look at Obsession on the outside. Just a tremendous jump. Unbelievable. These bumpy waters here in Ocean City making for extremely exciting racing here at the fifth and final national race of U.S. Offshore. We're on board now. B88 Obsession. We're going to see that jump now.
Yeah. He's knocking it down. But where's Technology at?
It's on the inside, sneaking up on us.
He runs good in his head seat.
This 37-foot outer limits handling these rough waters unbelievably, very, very well. B88 Obsession with Harry Turner, Bob Bowman, and Mike Fiore aboard.
When she comes that way, then... Uh-oh.
Just exciting racing here in Ocean City, Maryland. Bumpy waters. And here we've got Obsession on the outside, Mr. Technology on the inside. Nice throttling job there by Mr. Ron Poley. Navigator is Will Smith. Driver Doug Savory. 34-foot Phantom. They're not letting up. Obsession and Mr. Technology. Both of these boats handling the rough waters very well here in Ocean City. B-37, a 34-foot Phantom. On the outside, it's Obsession, a 37-foot outer limits. The Phantom against an outer limits. Outer limits has a slight edge on the outside. And maybe has a slight advantage in these rough waters as well. Right now, both boats doing excellent. Mr. Technology B-37. Doug Savory, Will Smith, and Ron Poley. The way these boats are going right now, it could very well go down to the wire. There in the distance on the outside, Gifford Racing. We also have Arasaki on the outside, Gifford and Arasaki. But Mr. Technology and Obsession here on the inside, picking up some room. As you can see now, they're just about bow to bow. Great battle going on between these two boats, a Phantom and an outer limits. And now they're just about getting ready to pass Arasaki and Gifford Racing. And there goes Obsession, passing the two boats on the outside. Mr. Technology right behind. They're just screaming around this course, these two boats. First and second in B class. This is the Ocean City National Offshore Grand Prix, coming to you from Ocean City, Maryland. Fifth and final national race for U.S. Offshore. We're on board Mr. Technology. Doug Savory, Will Smith, and Ron Poley. Now, the DNR racing team, we'd like to thank the people behind the scenes that make this boat a truly competitive racing machine. Mark Rowley for keeping the boat sparkling inside and out. Rick Spinelli for his expert race preparation. Mike Anderson for his rigging and engine tuning abilities. Will Smith for designing, building, rigging, and painting this world-class boat. Most importantly, Terry Foley and Suzanne Savory for their support of this project. As he would also like to thank their sponsors, Digital Technologies, Polar Communications, Bonefish Billies, and Empire Pharmaceuticals for their enthusiasm and support of this effort. Without them, Mr. Technology would still be just a dream. The team would like to give special thanks to Brenda Adamski, Gina Graziano, Eileen Romano, and Kenton Nice of Digital Technologies. Their ongoing assistance, which keeps the operations of Mr. Technology going smoothly. All right, now let's ride along this 34-foot Phantom with Doug Savory down the left. He's now, of course, the driver. Throttle man, Ron Poley, and Will Smith, who is behind our captain. Let's ride along. Turn now. Nice handling job there by Doug Savory. Back to a helicopter shot. There's the Obsession on the outside, and Mr. Technology on the inside. Same place, same position. They're sticking to each other like glue. On the outside is Arasaki and Gifford Racing. There's Obsession now going around the turn in first place right now in B class. Right behind in second is Mr. Technology. There's Gifford Racing on the outside. Obsession now picking up some more space, slightly picking up more of a lead. We're back on board now. B-88 Obsession with Harry Turner, Mike Fiore, and Bob Coleman. All right, now let's ride along with this 37-foot outer limits. Number 1 in B, and screaming around this race course here in Ocean City, Maryland. Technology right behind. helicopter shows how close these boats are. And there is Gifford Racing. Going around the turn. There's Arasaki as well. Back on board now, Gifford Racing. Gifford Racing with Bill Gifford and Steve Salanti. In open class. There's the Arasaki on the left side of the screen. Arasaki also in open. And Gifford Racing right behind. Taking up some room now on Arasaki. Bill Gifford, of course, on the right side. He's the driver. Steve Salanti, the navigator. Gifford Racing currently in first place in open class. All right, now let's go to Arasaki. Arasaki there coming up. It's a 42 Arasaki Marine powered by 925 horsepower Bandit Racing Imports with Mercruiser drives. The driver, Shigeru Hojo from Japan. Throttle Kurt Berger from Britain, New Jersey. Navigator, Daisuke Hisama. He's also from Japan. Arasaki, top of the pack right now in open class. Arasaki is rigged and maintained by Kurt's Marine. Some of the other boats that Kurt maintains are Systems, Shockwave, of course Arasaki we're watching right now, Imagine That, and Instigator. Arasaki, 42-foot Arasaki Marine. We just learned that How Sweet It is out of the race. How sweet it is. Just listen to those Bandit Racing inboards. So with How Sweet It Is out of the race and Rolling Thunder 2 never really starting in open, we've got Gifford Racing, Arasaki, Tropic Heat, and Screaming Eagle in open class. Kurt's Marine brings and maintains Arasaki as your home for all your high-performance needs. Inboard, Kurt's Marine, Britain, New Jersey. Ocean City in the background there, and beach. Of course, a great place to watch this race. Great vantage point. And a great race it is here today with these bumpy waters. It is the 5th and final national race for U.S. Offshore. We're on board Screaming Eagle now. Screaming Eagle is a 35-foot express cab powered by 2 800-horsepower Reed Racing engines. It's owned and driven by Eric Jackson of Winthrop, Mass. Run by Ralph Hopke of Brick, New Jersey, owner of Pro Rock Marine to help get them on the right track. And it's navigated by Bob Lichardi of Winthrop, Massachusetts, owner of Ocean Auto Body, who painted the Screaming Eagle. Also, the team would like to thank Green Automotive, Pro Rock Marine, Ward Marine, and all new upholstery for their support. And the team would not be anywhere without the help of their crew chief, Eric Jackson, and Warren Seaton. Eric would also like to give a special thanks to his wife, Joanne. Screaming Eagle, 35-foot express cab. Number 50. We're on board Screaming Eagle at the start of this race. Eric Jackson, Ralph Hopke, and Robert Lichardi. Racing Inboards doing their job. 2 800 horsepower Reed Racing engines. At the wheel was the owner of this 35-foot express cat. I'll not be the front and navigator, Robert the Shark. For a ride now with Tropic Heat, a 35-foot Kilbert powered by 2 750 horsepower Muller Racing Imports with Merc Cruiser drives aboard. We've got Robert Muller, he's the driver from Ramsey, New Jersey. Driverman Jason Muller, also from Ramsey. Tropic Heat number 33, a 35-foot Kilbert. We're right along now, but we're also going to show you why Tropic Heat was forced out of the race, and that should come momentarily. So let's ride along now with Tropic Heat. Muller Racing Inboards, and that little mishap, which you will see courtesy of Freeze Frame Video Productions. Tropic Heat Racing Team would like to thank Papa Lorenzo's in New Jersey, a very fine restaurant in New Jersey. Into a little bit of bad luck, as you will see. Well, there it goes. As you can see, Tropic Heat has stuffed it. Both engines have shut off, and Tropic Heat is out of the race. Rob Muller and Jason Muller, though, are okay. No injuries, and they will go on, except not this time around. Let's see that one more time. See now in our replay, Tropic Heat stuffing it. Once again, the engines are going off. And unfortunately, Rob Muller and Jason Muller out of the race, but fortunately, there are no injuries. One boat that is having no problem running through these rough waters is C727 Ted Sanford Racing, the 24-foot skater, powered by 22.4 EFI. The driver, Butch Kaminsky from Pasadena, Maryland, throttle Eric Zolka, also from Pasadena, Maryland. Ted Sanford Racing running excellent right now, C727. Ted Sanford Racing took a first place in C-Class in '94, second in F-Class this 1995 racing season in Kent Narrows. Sponsors, Ted Sanford Racing. The team like to thank Ted Sanford and Sue Sanford for the boat to race. 727 is the date of Butch K's daughter's birthday, Tiffany Kaminsky. C727, running excellent in C. Other competitors we see include Bodyguard, Intimidator, Ballistic, Topaz, Vendetta, Burning Desire, Sierra, and of course we said Ballistic in C-Class. Right now it's Ted Sanford Racing, C727. Arasaki on the outside, apparently down at the moment, but we don't know whether we'll be able to get back in the race again. Right now, the racing is still running. Arasaki, as you saw on the outside there, have the race for the moment anyway. Screaming Eagle is still running competition, and how sweet it is, they're both out of the race. That's an open fight. Right now, you're watching Cat Sanford Racing C727. Car by 2.4 EFI. Rallying there by Eric Zulka. There's Kaminsky, the driver, in the boat from Pasadena, Maryland. A lot of rocking and rolling here today. There's Team Progression, A5, a 27-foot progression, powered by one 620 horsepower Chevy imported Mercury Drive. Team Progression dominating Production A right now. Team Progression driver Walter Biaski from Brick, New Jersey. Cattleman Scott Odom, he's also from Brick, New Jersey. Team Progression would like to give special thanks to Professional Marine Racing, R&S Sewer Contractors, and W&P Associates, their sponsors. Team Progression, A5, dominating A. This is the Ocean City National Offshore Grand Prix. Coming to you from Ocean City, Maryland. Fifth and final national race for U.S. Offshore. Nice rallying there. Scott Odom from Brick, New Jersey. Folks are there rocking and rolling in these bumpy waters. As you can see, they're just going through. Very exciting racing going on here today. Every one of them doing a little bit of flying. Other competitors in Production A include Cool Running, Final Notice, Medium Master, Wide Open, and Taboo, but you're watching Team Progression. Currently number one in Production A. All right, now let's go to Shockwave B1, a 32-foot Hustler powered by two 625 horsepower Bandit Racing imports with Mercury drives. The driver Rich Cropper from Towns River, New Jersey. Cattleman Mark Dangus from Manawaka. Navigator Chris McCoy. He's from the Hustler Powerboats in eastern Long Island. Now Shockwave, it continues in the national point standings as it is right now. It's in first place. If it continues, it will be your national champion in B-Class. And that will be 3 times in a row for Shockwave. Rich Tropley, by the way, is the driver and owner of Shockwave, will be on the U.S. Offshore Racing Commission next year. Crew members include Rich Tropley, Mark Dangus, Chris McCoy, also Pete Holler, And special thanks to Mike Condavelli from American Capital Resources, Global Marine, also hustler Powerboats, Kurt Berger from Kurt's Marine, and Gateway Trucking out of Elizabeth, New Jersey. And special thanks to Richie's new wife, Kathy, for putting up with him in the 1995 racing season. Right now, it's Shockwave V1 in good position indeed, and in good position to be your national champion for 1995, repeating 3 times in a row. Those Bandit Racing imports sound excellent. Pair of 625 horsepower Bandit Racing imports. Beautiful jump. Shockwave, a very consistent racing team, and has been for a number of years. So that V1 on the side of the boat is very well deserved. And one of the people who has a lot to do with that is Kurt Berger from Kurt's Marine out of Brick, New Jersey. He maintains Shockwave, and of course, he has done a terrific job. Kurt's Marine, your home for your high performance as well as recreational inboard needs. Shockwave V1. Second place in A class. It's A9 wide open. 1994 Pro A Northeast champion, currently in second place, as we said, also in Northeast point standings. The owner is Mark Pika, normally at the throttles, but due to a vision problem that occurred during an accident in July off of Point Pleasant, Pete Meyer, owner throttleman of the D-Class boat Instigator, will be filling Mark's shoes today. Joe Scrow, owner-driver of the D-Class boat Beaver, will be taking Joey Deep's place as driver. As we said, is a 27-footer, it's a Cobra, and the Rogers Speed Shop 650 horsepower motor is powering A9 wide open today. Mark would like to thank a number of people. First off, the Castle in the Sand Hotel for the hospitality, all its crew members. Rogers Speed Shop, professional marine racing, Peter Meyer and Joe Scrope for doing such a great job in the boat. Special thanks to all his friends, family, and fellow racers who supported him through his accident in Point Pleasant back in July. Some of the competitors in A-Class include Team Progression, Final Notice, Medium Master, and Taboo. Cool Running is out of the race in production A. A9 wide open, currently in second place in A-Class. Nice jump there by wide open. 27-foot Cobra. By the way, this 27-footer is for sale. If you're interested, contact Mark Pico. Nice throttling job there. Pete Meyer. And rolling in Ocean City, Maryland here, the Ocean City National Offshore Grand Prix. A little bit of the Ocean City area in the background. Great place for a race. Fifth and final national race for U.S. Offshore. Drivers in this event will also accumulate points in the Central Division and Northeast Regional standings. racers are really hanging and banging today because of these rough waters. Peter Meyer from the Instigator Race Team and Joe Stroh from the FIBA Race Team know what that's all about. Curly in second place, A9 wide open. MOO, utterly fantastic, a 35-foot motion powered by two 650 horsepower Chevy imports with Mercury drives. Well, the driver is Rod Stevenson from Cincinnati, Ohio. Proudman Andy Trout from Cold Spring, Kentucky. Utterly fantastic, has had quite a year. It's got a checkered flag in just every race that's entered for U.S. Offshore. But today, well, it doesn't look like that's going to happen because in the modified Predator is really running away with it right now. But utterly fantastic, doing a fine job. MOO. He also got the first place in West Palm Beach at APBA. And a third in Sarasota earlier this year. Currently, it is in first place in the national point standing for U.S. Offshore, and it looks like it will be your national champion in modified. Utterly fantastic with Rob Stevenson and Andy Trout aboard. Please frame video. I'd like to thank the utterly fantastic racing team for help transporting some of our equipment over to Key West for the World Championship later this month, or actually in November. Fantastic MOO in third place in the modified. As we said, Predator is running away with it as in first place priority. In second, utterly fantastic, bringing up third. Rod Stevenson and Andy Trout. Ocean City, Maryland in the background. We believe that MOO, utterly fantastic, really didn't even have to show up for this race to be your national champion because they are ahead by so many points and with an unbelievable run last week in West Palm Beach. There's Mr. Technology on the inside, still battling with obsession in B-Class. Mr. Technology. Just an unbelievable piece of equipment is Bodyguard C1. Has been unstoppable from green flag to checkered flag. Bodyguard currently is in first place right now in C-Class. This 28-foot skater powered by 2.5 BFI. The driver, Mr. Mike Belgium, Bellman Jeff Dindo. Bodyguard has won just about every race that it's entered this year. It will be your 1995 national champion for U.S. Offshore. It won in St. Clair. It won in Point Pleasant. It took a first in Windsor, Detroit, first in Barnegat Bay, Lake of Ozarks, and currently right now in first place, and looks like it will be your winner here as well. Bodyguard. Sponsors include MF Electrical Service, Mr. Paul's Chop House, and Oceanic Hotel. Special thanks to crew chief Mike Belgium for a great job on the boat and for stepping in for this race and driving. Jeff Dindo also was excellent throttling and dedication to the team. Crew members Robin, Scott, Peter, and David for their hard work. And most of all, Mr. Alfael would like to thank his loving family for their continued support. Bodyguard currently in first place in C-Class. C1. There's Jaws on the outside in P-Class in second place. But on the inside, Bodyguard C1, just an unstoppable, unbelievable racing team. A tremendous racing history this 1995 racing season. From green to checkered flag, this boat is hard to beat. Mike Belgium and Jeff Dingo aboard. Jaws on the outside with Medium Master on the far outside. Jaws and Medium Master. Bodyguard on the inside. In C-Class, we got Topaz, Vendetta, and Burning Desire out of the race, but still in the race, of course, is Bodyguard, Sierra, 10 Stafford Racing, Ballistic, and Intimidator in C-Class. There's Jaws on the outside in B, and Medium Master on the far outside. You're watching the 1995 Ocean City National Offshore Grand Prix. Bodyguard in first place in C-Class. There's Jaws on the outside, running excellent in P. There's Jaws. Big jump down the outside. Jaws in P-Class. On the inside, C1, Bodyguard. There's Jaws in B, C1, Bodyguard on the inside, Medium Master on the far outside. All right, now let's go to Jaws, 32-foot superboat powered by three 2.5 EFIs. Driver Ronnie Appleby, Starman David Horseman, navigator John Stallings. Jaws, top of the pack in B-Class. Took a second place in Oswego earlier this year. Fourth in Point Pleasant, first in St. Lake's Castor, and a first place, Lake of the Ozarks, currently in first place in the National Point Standings, third in the Northeast Divisional Point Standings, and first in the Central Division. Jaws. Jaws Racing Team, we'd like to thank your sponsors, including Richie from Cody Marine, Ralph from Woody Auto Parts, Dennis from Quorum Park Transmissions, and Frank from Garden State Vinyl. Jaws, a 32-foot superboat. Other competitors in Pro Stock, Feel and Wet, and Euro Marine. Nice jump there by the Jaws Racing Team. A lot of beautiful jumps today in Ocean City, Maryland. Bumpy waters making for exciting racing. Ocean City, Maryland in the background. Ronnie Appleby, David Horseman, and John Stallings on the fine job. Ronnie's from East Hanover, New Jersey. David from Hankinsville. And John from Denville. An all New Jersey team aboard Jaws, a 32-foot superboat. Apache in the 1995 Ocean City National Offshore Grand Prix. Season is winding down. This is the 5th and final U.S. Offshore National race. A88 Media Master there in the distance. Media Master is a 30-foot superboat powered by one MRD 700 horsepower inboard with Mercury drive. A88 Media Master. As we get a little closer, we can tell you that the driver is Matt Beck. He's from Smithtown, Long Island. Automan Greg Burke from Babylon. Media Master A88. This boat is rigged and maintained by MRD. Special thanks to Bob, Skip, and the rest of the crew over at MRD. The sponsor is Media Master Information Delivery Systems. Media Master 30-foot superboat. Some of the other competitors in production A are Team Progression, Taboo, and Wide Open. Final Notice and Cool Running are out of the race. Media Master A88. Thirty-foot superboat, Media Master. Matt Beck and Greg Work aboard. Driver and throttle. If you look closer, you'll see the indicator cable to the drive broken. It's not slowing them down whatsoever, but the indicator cable is broken. MRD rigs and maintains. Media Master A88. MRD Marine Research and Development out of Eastern Long Island. In third place in A-Class is A45 Taboo, a 26-foot Corsa, powered by one 650 horsepower MRD inboard. The driver is Jimmy Buck, Battleman Jack McKay. Taboo, A45, currently in first place in national point standings in Production A. It is comfortably in third place. It does not have to win this race to be your national champion in Production A. Taboo, a very good year this year. Second place in Oswego, first place in Point Pleasant, second in St. Clair, first place in Lake of the Ozarks. As we said, currently in first place in the national point standings, first in the Central, third in the Northeast. Taboo, 26-foot Corsa. Jimmy Buck and Jack McKay aboard. This is another boat that is rigged and maintained by MRD. Taboo Racing Team would like to give a special thanks to MRD and all the crew over at Marine Research and Development. Beautiful jump there, nice control, no problem whatsoever. Jimmy Buck and Jack McKay doing a fine job. A lot of rocking and rolling, hanging and banging here today in Ocean City, Maryland. These drivers will sleep well tonight, I'll tell you that. Taboo will be your national champion in production days. Had an unbelievable year. Taboo, 845. B9, feeling wet, 30-foot Cobra powered by 3 2.5 EFIs. Driver Gary Riccio, throttle man Brian Riccio. They're both from Point Pleasant, New Jersey. Feeling wet, P9. Now they would like to thank a number of sponsors. First off, including Frank Chiara from the White Sands Resort in Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey. Third-year sponsorship. Also, Tammin of TSC Motorcars of Toms River, New Jersey, for his third year of sponsorship. New Jersey Shore's home of Mercedes, Porsche, and Volkswagen. Also, special thanks to Jack from Lines Transmission of Woodtown, New Jersey, for his support and help with this local race. Also, Jim Vitoli Jr. from Remax of Point Pleasant, New Jersey. The best listings on where to buy or sell your home at the Jersey Shore. There's Priority on the outside. Priority. Also, a newcomer to the team, Manhattan Bagel of Point Pleasant, New Jersey, to purchase bagels New York style. Last but not least, Brian's Auto Sales of Point Pleasant, New Jersey, and Gary at Harley Warehouse of Point Pleasant. And as always, special thanks to Mom and Dad for their support and help. And also thanks to the crew, Jackie, Danny, and Tommy, for all their help. There's Priority on the outside. On the inside, of course, is Feeling Wet, B9, 30-foot Cobra. Gary and Brian Riccio from Point Pleasant, New Jersey, doing a fine job with Feeling Wet. Powered by 3 2.5 EFI. Feeling Wet passing Priority on the outside. Oh, there was the obsession. Harry Turner's obsession has slowed down, and if it continues in that position, well, it looks like Mr. Technology will get the checkered flag, but Shockwave will be your national champion. Harry Turner and obsession has slowed down in the race, but we're looking right now at Feeling Wet, P9 at 30-foot Cobra. After this race, Feeling Wet and the boat and the equipment, of course, will be for sale. So if you're interested, you can contact Brian Riccio after the race. Feeling Wet, always consistent racing, has always done well. 30-foot Cobra, P9. B45 Jersey Pirate, 33-foot fountain powered by two 550 horsepower AIM inboard with Mercury drives. Driver Mark Fulcher, throttle-man Mike Fulcher, and navigator Thomas Lee. They're all from Prix, New Jersey. B45 Jersey Pirate. Their sponsor, Fulcher Service Centers in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. Also special thanks to Tarpon State Marina, Bridges Marine, Screw Unlimited, Pro Glass, and Portsburg Boatworks, all from Point Pleasant, New Jersey. Jersey Pirate, B45. Mark and Mike Fulcher and Thomas Lee aboard this 33-foot fountain. Nice throttling, Mike Fulcher. Mark at the wheel, Tommy Lee, navigator. Jersey Pirate has had some problems in the past, but No problems right now. Running excellent in D-class. 345. Best of luck to the Jersey Pirates racing team for the remainder of this race. And, of course, for the World Championships out in Key West coming up in November. There's Sierra C77, 28-foot Douglas skater powered by two 2.5 EFI. The driver, Dennis Berry. Throttle-man, Charlie Schaefer. Dennis is from Mora, Illinois. Charlie from Carlisle, Illinois. Sierra C77. Sierra currently in fourth place in the national point standings, third in the Central Division champions. Sierra, of course, is a quality marine hose engine and drive parts company. It is the marine marketing arm of Echelon Incorporated, a Fortune 500 company. Sierra celebrating 30 years of serving the marine industry. Sierra delivers over 100,000 parts per month to a network of distributors who ship overnight to thousands of dealers worldwide. Sierra is the main sponsor, of course, of C77 Sierra. Other competitors in C-Class include Bodyguard, Ballistic, and Intimidator, and Ted Sanford Racing. Also special thanks to Klotz Oil. Sierra C77. Two 2.5 EFIs powering this 28-foot Douglas skater. There on the outside, you see Ballistic on the far outside. Ballistic, another boat in C-Class, C44 Ballistic. There it is on the outside. Sierra on the inside, C77. There you see Ballistic on the outside now, taking a slight lead over Sierra. These two boats battling for position. There's Ballistic, C44. Sierra on the inside. Close competition here between these two boats. There on the outside is C44 Ballistic, 30-foot cat powered by two 2.5 EFIs. The driver is Ken Silverman, owner throttleman James Sedge. They are local. They're from Virginia. They usually run the riveted race team in the open class in APBA. Ballistic C44. James Sedge and Ken Silverman. Ballistic race team. Doing an excellent job right now in C-Class, running at the top of the pack. Other competitors in C, of course, Ted Sanford Racing, Sierra, Intimidator, and Bodyguard. Burning Desire, Vendetta, and Topaz are out of the race. You're watching the 1995 Ocean City National Offshore Grand Prix. Ocean City, Maryland, fifth and final race of U.S. Offshore. national race. Looking towards the World Championships in Key West. Ballistic hanging and banging it, but doing a great job. The Ballistic Racing Team, James Sedge and Ken Stillman, in these rough waters of Ocean City, Maryland. 30-foot cat, 2.5 VFI. Nice jump there by the Ballistic Racing Team. No problem. First in open class, Gifford Racing. Gifford Racing 40-foot Jaguar powered by two 850 horsepower Mercury inboards. Those Mercuries that drive, of course, aboard Gifford Racing, Bill Gifford and Steve Salagi. Bill is driving and throttling. Steve is the navigator. Gifford Racing is the only boat in open class that really didn't have any problems. All the others did. How sweet it is. Screaming Eagle at APBA race. Awasaki had a problem for a while, but got back into it. And Awasaki currently in second place right now with Gifford Racing in first. In open class, Gifford Racing, 40-foot Jaguar. We're going to take Gifford Racing to the finish line, and this will be the last boat that we'll be covering for you in this race, and very shortly we will be compiling the final results of this race, as well as the national champions for the 1995 U.S. Offshore Racing season. As you can see, we are on board with Bill Gifford and Steve Salagi. Number one in open class today. The Gifford Racing team would like to thank Mr. Phil Hout from Bull on the Beach. And of course, Bill Gifford is the chairman of U.S. Offshore Racing Association. He's had a wonderful season and, of course, is looking forward to 1996. U.S. Offshore getting better all the time. We'd like to especially thank all the staff at U.S. Offshore for putting on a great season this 1995 racing season. Mr. Bill Gifford, they've added Rich Copley to the commissioners. And once again, U.S. Offshore has a lot to be proud of this year. Of course, Prix Video is also proud to be part of U.S. Offshore. A great organization, has done a wonderful job this year, as well as doing right here in Ocean City, Maryland. Number one in open class, Gifford Racing. Bill Gifford and Steve Salagi is the navigator. Bill filling the blue role as driver and throttleman. powered by two 850 horsepower Mercury inboards with Mercury drives. Gifford Racing always very consistent, always does a fine job. Been around for a couple of years, of course. And the only boat that did not have a problem with an open class today, all the rest did, but Gifford Racing stayed in there. And as we said a little bit a few moments ago, we're going to take Gifford Racing to the finish line and then give you the final results of this Ocean City National Offshore Grand Prix. And then, of course, we will give you the national championship of this offshore in this 1995 racing season. It's been a wonderful year, a great year for U.S. Offshore. 5 national races, this being the last. Of course, we had Oswego, Point Pleasant, Lake St. Clair, Lake Ozarks, and Ocean City. We're going down to the finish with Gifford Racing. Back to helicopter shot. We're going to take him to the checkered flag. All right, now it's time to give you the final results of this 1995 Ocean City National Offshore Grand Prix. As we look at Mr. Technology, we can tell you it took a checkered flag in B class, followed by Shockwave and Obsession. And there you see Mr. Technology with a well-deserved checkered flag. In open class, it was Gifford Racing, Arasaki, and Screaming Eagle. In the modified, Predator coming in first, followed by Priority and Utterly Fantastic. In C-Class, Bodyguard, Intimidator, and Ballistic. In P, Feeling Wet, Jaws, and Euromarine. And finally, in Production A, Team Progression all the way, Wide Open in second, and Taboo bringing up third. And there is Team Progression with a well-deserved checkered flag in Production A. Now we're going to give you a little recap of the race today. First, in open class, it was Gifford Racing taking the checkered flag. It was the only boat in open that did not have any problems. All the other boats did. Most of them retired. Gifford Racing in first place, Arasaki in second, Screaming Eagle bringing up third. In the modified, it was Predator dominating modified class. This 41-foot Apache took first in class. First overall, a great performance by Predator. In second place was Priority, Utterly Fantastic, bringing up third place. In C-Class, it was Bodyguard coming in first place with Intimidator, and Ballistic bringing up second and third. These boats came in just for the day's race, and they did terrific. Second and third place, Intimidator and Ballistic. In P-Class, well, Feeling Wet and Jaws fought, but Jaws had some problems, and Feeling Wet took the checkered flag, coming in first place. Euromarine in third. In B-Class was Mr. Technology and Obsession, the best competition of the day between these two boats. Obsession probably would have won this race if it didn't have any problems, but it did. So Mr. Technology took the checkered flag. Shockwave coming in second, but also grabbing the national championship. In Production A, it was Team Progression dominating A-Class. Wide Open with Joe Stroh and Peter Meyer being in Wide Open for the first time. Coming in second place, Taboo in third. Taboo, your national champion in Production A. A great race, this 1995 Ocean City National Offshore Grand Prix. And now we can give you your 1995 U.S. Offshore National Champions. In open class, How Sweet It Is, Screaming Eagle and Gifford Racing. In the modified, Utterly Fantastic, How Sweet It Is and Predator. In stock, Bodyguard, Sierra and Burning Desire. In pro stock, Jaws, Euromarine and Feeling Wet. In B class, it was Shockwave, Obsession and Dragon Lady. And in Production A, Taboo, Team Progression and Cool Running. So, your 1995 National Champions U.S. Offshore are in open, How Sweet It Is. In the modified, Utterly Fantastic. In stock, Bodyguard. In pro stock, Jaws. In B class, Shockwave. And finally, in Production A, Taboo. Those are your 1995 U.S. Offshore National Champions. Now your 1995 U.S. Offshore Northeast Champions in the modified, Utterly Fantastic, Predator and Priority. In stock, Bodyguard, Burning Desire, and Sierra. In pro stock, Feeling Wet, Euromarine and Jaws. In B, Obsession, Buckshot, and Mr. Technology. And finally in A, Team Progression, Wide Open, and Taboo. Your Northeast champions in the modified, Utterly Fantastic, in stock, Bodyguard, in pro stock, Feeling Wet, in B, Obsession, and in A, Team Progression. Those are your 1995 U.S. Offshore Northeast champions. First off, in the modified, Eastern Express, followed by Utterly Fantastic and How Sweet It Is. In Superstock, Bodyguard, then Team Extreme and Sierra. In Pro Stock, it's Jaws, Euromarine, and Team Irresistible. In B-Class, Great Lakes Caster, Obsession, and Shockwave. And finally, in A, Taboo, Team Progression, and Cool Running. So, your champions in the Central Division Great Lakes Trophy Series are in the modified Eastern Express. Superstock, we've got Bodyguard. In Pro Stock, it's Jaws. In B-Class, Great Lakes Caster, and finally in A, Taboo. Those are your champions of the Central Division Great Lakes Trophy Series 1995 U.S. Offshore. Now, before we go, there are a few people that we would like to thank. First off, Bill Gifford, the chairman of the U.S. Offshore Racing Association, Sue Gifford, the chief scorer, and everyone over at the U.S. Offshore Racing Association for orchestrating a fine event here in Ocean City, Maryland. Also, special thanks to Skip Heffelfinger, Tony Melia for communications, and Leslie Cohn. And, of course, our Freeze Frame video production staff, Joe Baraduski from Sterling Helicopters. He was our pilot today. And Pete Magnani, who installed our onboard cameras. On behalf of Jeff Girardi, Pauline, and the rest of the Freeze Frame video production crew, this is Vince Lafari wishing you a fond farewell from Ocean City, Maryland. And Freeze Frame Video would just like to say that we've really enjoyed covering the 1995 U.S. Offshore racing season. And we certainly look forward to 1996. Now, if you're going to Key West for the World Championships, well, we'll be there with 2 helicopters and 9 onboard cameras. And we'll be providing video footage of the television coverage of the race as well. Bye, everyone.